So what if we have a product to a power? So it's like if you had two different bases and then you were going to raise it to some exponent. Well, then each of those bases has to get that exponent. So it's going to be equal to a to the m, b to the m. And so it's kind of like distributing, like you're bringing that in to each of those exponents. So a quick example, let's say you had x squared y cubed, and you're going to raise that to the 4th power. So you'd go 4 times 2, because power to a power, right? So it'd be x to the 8th, and then y to the 12th. That's how you would do it. So that was just kind of a little mini example for you, because you'd have to go 4 times 3. Okay. So now they have some examples for us. And one of the things you have to remember is inside the parentheses we have 3 bases. The 2 is a base, the w is a base, and the x is a base. So when we bring in that 5, it's got to be 2 to the 5th power, w to the 5th power, x to the 5th power. Now 2 to the 5th, they're going to want you to multiply that out. So it's going to be 2 times 2 times, anyway, it's 32 if you multiply them out. W to the 5th power, x to the 5th power. And so that's going to be the answer like that. So it's how you remove those parentheses. And it's kind of like distributing, but don't forget you got to take it to the coefficient as well. So 2 to the 5th and w to the 5th and x to the 5th. All right, this next example is kind of different. They've got this negative 11pq cubed, and all of that is to the power of 0. Well, what happens if you have something to the power of 0? It just equals 1. Now, if you're like, well, that seemed a little too easy, I don't like that answer, you could make it more complicated. You know, you had negative 11pq to the 3rd power to the 0, so that would be negative 11 to the power of 0, p to the power of 0, q to the power of 0. But then that's going to be 1 times 1 times 1 is going to be 1. Okay? So the 0 exponent in this case, you know, wasn't too difficult to deal with maybe. Just depends on what they give you. Okay. Oh, now we got a negative exponent. So we're going to take care of that negative right off the bat and make it 1 over 2b cubed to the power of 4. And now it's a positive exponent. So I like that better. And now I'm going to work with that. A lot of these problems, there's more than one way to do them. So just so that you know. All right, 1 over, now I'm going to have 2 to the 4th and b to the 12th, right? Because I got to multiply those exponents there. But now that 2 to the 4th, they're going to want me to multiply that out. So it's going to be 1 over 16b to the 12th. Okay. All right, we got one more. Now this time there is a negative exponent, but it's not on the outside, it's on the inside. So I'm going to choose not to take care of it. I'm going to do the distributing. It's not really distributing, but it's like distributing. I'm going to say 8 to the 2nd power, because that 2 is coming in on the 8. Now right now that 8 has a power of 1. And so when I'm bringing in that 2, it's 2 times the 1. I don't know if you wondered where that came from. Now I'm going to have a to the negative 8, because 2 times negative 4 is going to be negative 8. Okay, now that's going to give me my 8 squared over a to the 8th. So I'm taking care of that negative exponent now, moving it down to the bottom. But they do want me to multiply out the 8 squared. That's going to be 64 over a to the 8th power. And that is that. I think that's it for this video. Okay.